Football managers are always being met with criticism, but the cream always rises to the top. We're going to be going into some of the best managers in the world. Who's your top 3 managers right now in football?
This is actually a lot tougher than I thought.
It's hard, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
Can I tell you who does not get in it?
Who? Okay, let's get into managers who just don't make that 3 for you.
Can I give you 2 that don't make it?
Yes.
Carlo Ancelotti.
Okay.
Does not quite make it. The only reason Carlo Ancelotti does not make it right now.
Current.
Bad last season at Real Madrid, and I think it's really hard to be considered like a top manager in the world if you're an international coach. So like Luis de la Fuente, right? Is it Luis? Yeah. The Spain guy. Unbelievable manager. Does a great job. Like wins the Euros.
They won Nations League as well, right?
Won Nations League, but just doesn't coach over.
There's just not that many games. Right. International play. There's too much breaks in between.
It's a different thing. Whatever. Mikel Arteta as well. Before you start your propaganda, does not sniff it.
Okay. All right.
Does not sniff it. Show me a trophy cabinet. His case,
he got an FA Cup in that.
In his case, show me a trophy cabinet. I don't think Mikel Arteta gets anywhere near it. He's not in my top 5.
Okay. Who you got?
2. We're gonna go with Pep Guardiola.
Doesn't make it.
It doesn't make the top 3. Doesn't make the top
Current
3.
managers, Pep Guardiola, hot take, doesn't make the front 3
Doesn't make the front. In the world right now?
3?
No. Top 3 world right now? No.
Why?
I'm going to tell you why. Last season, no trophies. The team almost finished, like, what, not even top 5?
Yeah, but
the whole squad was falling apart. He was losing it. So, you know, as a manager, if you have a big team like that, you got to manage it, handle it well, you know. If you know, see what was going on wrong with the team, you know. The whole Man City squad was falling apart last season. You know what I'm saying? We know 2 years ago, Man City won the treble, won, you know, Premier League, Champions League, but he won't make it. If you tell me top 5, I'll put him top 5. But top 3, he don't make it in top 3. Ooh, sorry.
That's a big, I'm not gonna lie.
That's a big call.
That's a hot take.
That's a big
The comment section about to be crazy on you, Farrah.
That is a big call. Don't apologize.
Guardiola not making the top 3 managers currently for Pharaoh. That's a big, listen, man.
But listen,
that's a big one.
Pep Guardiola, best manager of all time for me, but in the world right now, not top 3. I'm sorry.
Ooh, okay.
Who's your miss?
My miss has to be Enzo Maresca.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind that.
I think a lot of people are putting a lot of, a love onto him. You know what I'm saying? They won the Club World Cup. People are looking at Chelsea as this machine right now because they're selling players for transfer fees, which is a lot. Man, I wish Arsenal could get some money for our players. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing Chelsea sell guys who have never even made an appearance for them on the pitch getting sold for 15, 20 million. Yeah. And it's like they're creating this machine of great transfer strategy, young players coming in for not that expensive wages, bro. Like, look, a lot of Chelsea's players are making between 70 to 130K a week, man. I'm jealous, bro. You know what I'm saying? To get those quality guys for that fee. They have a great system. Maresca has came in and dramatically changed that squad. Look how we were looking at Chelsea before Maresca had that season last year. We were looking at them as like, what the hell is Chelsea doing? What is Todd Bowley planning? Americans are coming to this club and ruining Premier League football. Now we look at them. I know they didn't have a great result against Crystal Palace. They're back in the Champions League. They're doing great things. But at the same time, I do think that Maresca needs more time and he's going to have to win something with Chelsea. They have won the Conference League. They've won the Club World Cup, but they need to win the league or win the Champions League in order to be seen as that powerhouse again.
I'd agree. I think Maresca sneaks into the top 5, but I don't think he's quite top 3. So your prediction's stupid.
Man, this guy.
Yours is reasonable, and I'm a footballing genius.
All right, let's get into our top 3 now.
Right,
Tom, let's start us off.
Okay, bottom of the list, Hansi Flick.
Okay.
Second, Luis Enrique.
Okay.
And first is still Pep Guardiola.
And
Okay, so Hansi Flick did an excellent job of revamping, readjusting, I guess, changing and molding that Barcelona team that was clearly imperfect. Like, don't get me wrong, Lamine Yamal is a generational talent. Like, he is clearly unbelievable. But he's doing things with that back line and that tactical system that a whole bunch of managers before him just could not figure out. Now, the only reason he's not second or first is because he hasn't quite done it for a long enough period of time. He has that break, right? He was great for Bayern, but he kind of fell out with Bayern. He kind of, how do I say this nicely, sucked as the German national team manager, and he's had a year with Barca. but I don't think he's quite there yet.
He has more to accomplish for sure.
But he's got more to accomplish, and I think if they win another thing this year, then he's pushing for one. 2, Luis Enrique speaks for itself, man.
Speaks for itself.
Now, but the thing I will say about Luis Enrique is that, and this isn't necessarily relevant to his managing capability, but I really admire him as a character. And there is something that's quite lovely about that. And I think it's like the Liverpool fan in me. You know when Klopp was Liverpool manager and you were like, I love this guy. Like, I love his football. I love watching Liverpool win. But I also really admire this dude. And also, anyway, he's going to get results, and he's a serial winner, and he's brilliant. And number 1 to this day is Pep Guardiola. As long as Pep Guardiola is still managing, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so
it doesn't matter.
Question for you. All right, you put Pep Guardiola number 1,
yeah,
and Luis Enrique number 2.
Yeah.
But we're talking in the world right now, not all time. And Luis Enrique just won the treble, and Pep Guardiola didn't win any trophies last season.
Right,
Why put him in number 1?
Okay, so that's an excellent point. I think Pep Guardiola, given the number of injuries Man City had, given the crisis that was going on behind the scenes, you know, their sporting director leaves, everyone, it's not like their like chief executive whatever is leaving, but you've got like guys in the data department, guys, you know, just like here and there. Far from me to defend Man
also,
City, by the way.
Also, they're going through transition.
Right.
Kyle Walker leaving, guys getting older, De Bruyne.
So there was always going to be a rebuilding year at Man City. And the fact is that he did it. He still got into the Champions League and then did so while navigating injuries. And he set them up really well for a good season this year. So I see your point. I understand
You're talking about manager that managing the team, not on paper like, oh, what they did through the year.
Right. So I think the way he's managed it has been really good. And I think most of the managers would have just crumbled.
Okay, that's calm. That's fair. Okay, my top 3 current managers right now. Number 3, I agree with you. I give it to Hansi Flick. I think he's really changed Barcelona. Barcelona was looking dire with their financial strategy still is struggling. They just registered the players that they need to register, and that's a big problem for Barcelona going forward. With him having to manage that, being a German manager in a club like Barcelona, where it's notoriously super Catalan, even though they've had past managers like Johan Cruyff, like Sir Bobby Robson, as well as managers coming in as well. But for him to come in and make a stake on his own at a club like Barcelona in a time where, we're looking at past Barcelona managers, Ronald Koeman, for example, bro, so forgettable. For him to come and make this squad what it is and to lead Lamine Yamal into becoming one of the best players in the world at 18 years old, that says a lot about him as a manager and says a lot about him and his charisma to get these players to follow his direction.
Okay.
My number 2 manager in the world currently right now in this space has to be Arne Slot. I think Arne Slot, a lot of people don't give him enough credit for what he was able to do at Liverpool. It's not easy to take over another manager's team. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Jurgen Klopp gave him a squad that was already winning, Mo Salah. It's going to be easy for him the next season. How many managers have we seen come into a club with a great squad the season before and completely fumble?
Okay, I agree with that. But here's the thing. Arne Slot, I love him. I think he's an excellent manager. But that, last year was the last year of Jurgen Klopp. That was a Jurgen Klopp team. He played in a Jurgen Klopp style. He
not really.
The only thing that Arne Slot did that Jurgen Klopp didn't was rest guys and manage possession a little bit more.
That does change the dynamic a lot, though, because when you slow down to play, you can no longer play the same counter-attacking system that Jurgen Klopp did. Even if you turn it down a little bit of that notch, that gives defenders that enough time to get back on defense, to get in positions, to make it more difficult for you to score.
Okay, yeah, but at the same time, then Liverpool played the big games in the Champions League, and what happened?
Of course, but at the end of the day, bro, you guys...
That Liverpool team that's managed by Jurgen Klopp last year beats PSG in the Champions League, no problem.
Ooh, I'm not too sure about
That's
that.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think
that.
Slot is just on the outside. I just exercising caution.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel like as a Liverpool fan, you're kind of exercising caution. But for me, at the end of the day, I think he is that manager where you look at and you're looking at him as a person who could definitely win the league again this year. And you're looking for Liverpool. You're expecting Liverpool to win the Champions League this year. Am I right?
Nope.
Why not?
Because I won't do that as a Liverpool fan.
As a non-Liverpool fan, if you see them spending...
He is a Liverpool fan.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
Kinda.
And listen.
But you're more of a what? A Barca fan?
I'm more a Barca fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I support in Liverpool because Salah, since he got there. But I'm going to tell you, Liverpool, they might win it. They might win it. The only thing is they got to show up in the Champions League, not like every year.
I'm not asking that for y'all. That wasn't my question. What I'm saying is, if you spend 130 million on Florian Wirtz, 90 million on Ekitike, 50 million on Kirkes, 40 million on Frimpong. You're not expected to win the Champions
He
League
expected
after
to win
spending
Champions
all
League,
that.
Premier League, everything. Yeah.
You're expected to win that, or you're expecting your team to win that after making those purchases.
I think,
There's no way you don't.
Dude, there are so many variables in that. Like, it's half of a starting 11. It's half
But
of a
that's
starting.
my point. Why would you be spending all that bread if you didn't think that bread would take you to the place that you want to be? And the place you
Okay.
want to be is in the Champions League final, winning that.
Right, so all of those guys that Liverpool either have signed, right, or potentially will, I don't know when this episode's going to come out, right, those are players for the next 3-4 years. I think Judge Slot, 12 months from now,
Okay.
right, admit that team could struggle for 6 months. We saw it against Crystal Palace, man. Palace are a really good team, by the way. Oliver Glasner is someone that we should talk about as being
Glasner's
among
a
the
great
best.
one.
Like, you've got Glasner. Iraola at Bournemouth is excellent. Like, you've got...
Punching above their weight for
right.
sure.
I mean, and honestly, you can still make the case that Xabi Alonso's an unbelievable manager. But I think the thing with Slot is those signings might just take a little bit to come together. If Liverpool win the league, the Champions League, whatever this year, then Slot is top 3.
Okay.
But
I think you guys are just being a little cautious as
Okay,
Liverpool
let
fans.
me-
I feel it. I understand you guys are scared of,
But
putting too much pressure on these
You gotta
guys.
remember one thing though.
Okay,
You
go
said
ahead.
they make a lot of purchase. You
Plus,
expected
with
to
Mohamed
win.
Salah,
All right.
your Egyptian cousin.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Your
listen.
cousin on the squad hooping.
All right, I want them to win, but you gotta remember, PSG when they bought Messi, you have Mbappe, Neymar. Back then, spending a lot of money. They didn't
Bro,
win nothing.
Ekitike is not Neymar.
But
Guys, that's not what I'm saying. You guys got to think Liverpool are buying players that are fitting their system. We knew Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. They were just buying them for the names, not because they fit a particular system that Luis Enrique had. And you knew it didn't fit Enrique. That's why he was yelling at Mbappe in that theater before that game to please press, because I need someone to press to win this game. And guess what Mbappe did? He did not press. If Arne Slot tells Ekitike to press,
he would press.
what is he gonna do?
He gonna
He gonna
go
run
crazy.
his ass off because he knows he's coming from a league that he needs to prove himself in the Premier League and do his thing. Mbappe knows he was that guy already. Completely different scenarios, despite the price tag. My number one, I agree with you. I have to put my man Pep Guardiola in there because as an Arsenal fan,
I am so relieved that Mikel Arteta is not in that
nah,
top 3.
I'm not gonna do that to y'all. Arteta is not in my. I'm gonna give this. Arteta is not in my top 3 as an Arsenal fan. Arteta, don't get me wrong, he has changed the culture of our club. He has made us into title contenders on a year in, year out basis. He has produced the likes of Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, Gabriel Martinelli, and turned them into players
Declan Rice, who you paid 105 million from Brighton.
Okay. What I'm saying about Declan Rice is that there's no guarantees about spending money. I agree with you guys on that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the
Which
day,
is why Liverpool inverts like that, so there is expectation.
oh,
But
no,
there's
okay. All right.
guarantee,
Let me
but
take out
there's
Declan Rice. Let me take out Declan Rice. I'm sorry. Bukayo Saka, Miles Lewis-Skelly, you know what I'm saying? Guys who could compete at that level. Even David Raya for like a goalkeeper. Like, that was a good purchase from Brentford. You know what I'm saying? He's stepping up levels.
Where Donnarumma gonna go for?
Bottom line, what I'm saying is that Arteta has made Arsenal into a consistent, solid team. The reason why he doesn't make it into my front 3, or into my final 3 of managers, bro, we need to win something, dog. And I think this is Arteta's last year to be in that top 3. If Arsenal don't win a single trophy this year, I don't think he'll ever get in that top 3 of managers.
On number 3, we're gonna put Arne Slot. Number 2, Hansi Flick. Number 1, Luis Enrique. I'm gonna tell you why. Arne Slot, he just followed, like, I agree with Tom. Finally, I agree with Tom on one thing. That he followed Jurgen Klopp, rhythm and the same squad, and he just, they meant to be for them to win. All right, number 2, I would say Hansi Flick. He won Copa del Rey, Super de España, and he won La Liga, so he deserved to be a number 2. Luis Enrique, number 1, because he won the triple, Super Cup. Come on. And the Club World Cup's final, he made it, but, they lost against Chelsea.
I mean, I agree with you on Enrique, but the reason I didn't put Luis Enrique as number 1 was because I felt like he had so much money, so much support, and Liga is just bad.
I think the reason why I didn't put Luis Enrique in my top 3 is because you already had him
Oh,
in
he
the top
wasn't
3.
even in your top 3?
He wasn't in my top 3.
Okay, that's just stupid.
No. The reason why I didn't put him in our top 3 strictly was just because I needed to just not agree with y'all. I know that Luis Enrique is one of them GOATs, but at the same time, I can't agree with y'all on everything.